Hello, dear friends. So let me write that down. Dear friends. Good morning or good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's afternoon. Okay, so we're going to be talking about weaving in ends. And some of the videos I have seen about weaving in ends are there you are, Anna. Some of the videos I have seen about weaving in ends are so intricate. So I don't know why I learned how to weave in ends from my mother. I will make a video on how to weave ends, like like the difficult part, but I don't do that. Some people want you to go on the wrong side and then follow, like an S, like go from here to there and then from there to there and from there to I don't think it needs to be that difficult, really, really. Anyway, yeah, complicated. Thank you, Anna. She finds the words for me. So I was last Wednesday talking about las cucarachas, the stitch. Hi, Just Fairy. All right. And I was talking about las cucarachas and the beetles, and so I went to my studio and I have a table there with lamps and more lamps and the camera. Anyway, hey, hi, Evelyn. Who's too cute? Hi, Gina. You're retired now. Oh, Gina, please give me a call because we're getting together over at Mary's house. Anyway, please give me a call whenever you can. And because we're getting together, we cannot go to the hobby place to have a class, but a friend of mine opened her house for us. Anyway, where's Mary? Okay. Where's Mary Lloyd? Okay, what happens is that I do not like complicated. I really do not like complicated. And I'm going to show you how to weave in the ends without being complicated. So, oh my goodness. How many people? Hi, Marta. Good morning. Okay. So I left my tail there. And a lot of people will just see that's the last stitch here. And a lot of people will just pull at this, pass it through those two loops. See it? So pass it through those two loops and then weave it in. And I feel like I need to pass the yarn through because what happens if it goes away and then the whole thing unravels? So what I like to do, and I know a lot of knitters do not think that, this is a sin. Anyway, it's not. That is my last loop. That is the two stitches. See the last one? And I do pass my yarn through. So, and it has a little knot there, but who cares? See? Anyway, I have it at the beginning too. I make a slip knot. I don't cast on my stitches immediately like so. I like to make a slip knot because it gives it, and then when you're sewing, you can feel where the exact edge is. You can feel it. See, okay, there is the stitch that belongs in the tip. So, okay, so I cut my yarn here on purpose so that I can show you how to weave it. Now, what happens is that please, if you want to change yarns, but you have a complicated thing like this, do not change yarns in the middle. Do not change yarns close to where your yarn overs are. If you need to change yarns, change them not on the edge either, because what happens if you're doing like an edge, you're knitting 2 or 3 and then you are close to the edge. Please change yarns 1 or 2 stitches into your knitting. So like that, when you are going to weave in your ends, you don't have a bump, you don't have an ugly edge, you don't have a knot there. Your weaving will be on this part here. Well, I don't know if you see it. Okay. So, needles. These are the ones that I like. I like metal and I like the bigger ones. I do not like, some people don't care, but I do not like the ones that are like so, because it teases me. It makes me believe that I'm picking up whatever I'm not picking up. So some people like it and I don't. And it's a matter of taste. I do not like plastic. I dislike them enormously because they bend on me. I don't have control. See, with the oops. Okay, it went away. With a metallic one, it's sturdy. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't bend. It doesn't break. It doesn't sew. And there are other sewing needles that are made of wood. And these are the ones. Now this is from Laurel Hill sent us these. And they are very, very nice. So we got it from the Mindful collection. And so I really, really like them. They are a little bit big to sew what I make. But some people that sew, that make larger pieces can use them. See how pretty they are. So anyway, nice things to have, very nice things to have. So let me go get my needle because I dropped it. Okay, so let's get to do this. See, I finished sewing something and I cut my yarn and I picked it. I'm going to pick it up. And the only thing you need is to connect these 2 stitches, see, because it leaves a hole. So you need to do something on the other side. And what I like to do is make like a simple knot, like something like so. A simple knot. and then pick up. You can make a double knot if you don't feel secure about it. You can make a double knot. It's not going to show it's on the wrong side. But for example, if you have a scarf and it would show, but see, it's just too tight. It really, really doesn't show. See it? Like it's in there. So if you pick up your yarn and instead of going, I like to go like from, let me do this. So pick up one and then the one upstairs, cornered, and then the one upstairs and the one upstairs, and I'm going to do a few here. So like that you can see what I'm talking about. See it? So that's what I like to do because it's not going to show on the other side. See, you cannot see the needle. So what I like to do is to pick up like that. Okay. So there's one. See, you can't even really see it. So especially if you do it close to the edge, people are not going to go and look like, okay. So there's another way of doing this that is very, very secure, just for the people that are obsessive about weaving in ends, which I am. You go and pick up maybe a couple of stitches below. So you pick it up and go maybe a couple of stitches below, and then you can split this yarn in half. So I am going to split it. See, there's a 4-ply. And so this is 2-ply, and then the other one has 2-ply. So this one, or whichever one, it really doesn't matter, has to go one little spot different. See, that's where my yarn is. One little spot different, something that really doesn't show. So now you have these two coming out from different places. And now you can make a little knot there, and it's going to be hidden because it's like in between stitches that really doesn't show. See? And then you can pick up those two and weave them together or separate, whatever you wish. But this is just about the most secure way of weaving ends, because you're making a knot with the two strands coming out in different places. So let me show you what that one looks like. See? And because you're not going that much farther from where you made the knot. Okay. So the beginning and the end of your work. If you want your stitches to look like this at the beginning, like that, those wavy stitches there, then you start your stitch immediately after you do your long tail cast on. If you want to have a beginning that looks like waves, very neat, and then you have to purl the first row, and then you can start with your stitch. But that is the tail. And so what I am going to do is that I pick up with that and this stitch goes like in there, like it weaves, like it's weaving. So you go and kind of mimic that last stitch. And I'm going to make a few stitches here because you can see it with the needle. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but I hope that you are seeing what I'm doing. Okay, see? Because now you can weave in, and this is not going to go anywhere because there's a knot there. That yarn is not going to go anywhere. So that means that that stitch, that corner stitch, has been woven. It has gone. Let me take these stitches, these yarns out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, please be careful when you cut your yarn. You don't want to snip your stitches. See how it, no, this is not the edge one. This one was, so this is what, the edge one I already cut. Okay, let's do this other one. And of course you can do whatever you wish. You can split your yarn or you can just follow the stitch. So following the stitch. And I will show you how that looks. And you do not need to do much because you already have a knot at the beginning or at the end. So see how I'm following the stitch? So if I want to go in there also, so go in there in order to kind of mimic that last stitch. See what I mean on the other side? This is the stitch. This one here is the stitch that I just made. And you just weave in the ends up. But yeah, don't change your yarn in the middle. Just even if you waste a little bit more, but do not change your yarn in the middle. Please do it 1 or 2 stitches inside the edge. So like that, you can weave it, you can make a little knot, and it's not going to disturb the nice edge you made. Okay. I think I already talked a lot. Let's see what you're talking about. Oh, the Mindful Collection, yeah. Yeah, these needles, I think these needles are from Knitter's Pride. Yes, these are from Knitter's Pride, and they sent it to me from the Mindful Collection. But look how pretty they are. Anyway, fancy. And they are very nice to hold too because they're not cold. They're not as stiff as this. I like these needles, but like you feel like you have something nice. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me see what else I was. Okay, I think I already did. Please do not change yarns close to a yarn over. See all those holes or yarn overs, please don't change your yarn close to that, maybe 2 stitches this way. So, okay. I already talked a lot. What are you talking about here? Thank you, Tooth Fairy. It's because I know you tend to socialize, which I love it. I love it when you talked about, okay, the kids and the this and the. Uh, you don't have to apologize, no? My spelling sucks. Oh, Tooth Fairy, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. I don't know what else you're talking about here, but anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you very much for being with us and enjoy the summer. In February, we had that snowstorm in San Antonio, Texas, and we were without electricity for several days, no internet, no nothing. I mean, we were completely paralyzed. It's incredible how we depend. We have things that we take for granted, but hey, this is a first world country. So you kind of expect to have nice things. Anyway, thank you for being with us. And yes, I think so because of the climate change. And we have the fires, we have snow, have storms, and like a lot of things. So we need a lot of infrastructure. We need good bridges and roads and trains. Anyway, thank you for being with us. I will see you next Wednesday. And the fiber enthusiast at spring. Okay. Hi, beautiful lady. Hi, beautiful you too. You make me feel nice. Thank you. Okay. So, yes, I was telling you about what happened with the cockroaches stitch, and here I am knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting, and I was uploading all the videos and everything. And to my daughter said, Mom, we already have that stitch. You even made it with the same yarn. That is when, well, what happens is that we have a lot of videos, and I just see something that I like and I tend to repeat it and until Anna remembers that we already have it. Okay, bye everyone. You take care, Tooth Fairy. I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.